December 31st, 2020, and that means it's New Year's Eve. So I'm going to be doing a recap, a year in review, a top 20 list of sorts of this lovely year that we just made it through. We have mere hours left, and then we're heading into 2021, which will hopefully be better for a lot of reasons. But I'm not gonna harp on the things of 2020, because literally there was something every month. Murder hornets. Instead, I want to just think about the positive things that happened in my life, and just kind of in general as a result of the things that shall not be named in 2020. I actually will name one later, but whatever. So I'm gonna hopefully have the list here for you as I go. But the first one, so this was before we knew what the year would be. I made the decision that every year for my birthday, which is on January 17th, I wanted to take a trip somewhere, preferably somewhere warm. And January 2020, that was a trip to Cuba. We were there for a long weekend. I went with my sister and one of my best friends, Janae, channel here. And it was great. We were on the beach. We had all of the great food. We met with Babalaos and received guidance for our futures. They're not fortune tellers or anything like that. It was an amazing trip. Loved it. Was a great kickoff to the year. So I'm just happy that I was able to do that before, some travel shut down for some of us. Number 19. So at the beginning of the year, at the beginning of shutdown in March, it felt a lot more difficult to just be home. So a group of my friends, we were doing regular Zoom calls. We did movie nights. We watched Candyman. There were drinking games. It was a fun thing. We played games. And it's just been really nice being able to reconnect with some people who I used to see a lot in person, and then we moved away and didn't really keep in touch as much. Zoom has definitely been a great way for us to stay connected. We've always had the option to FaceTime, but I feel like this quarantine has kind of said, I want social interaction. Let's talk more. And it's been good for my friendships. Number 18, speaking of the joys of Zoom, and the, I guess, not so joys of Zoom sometimes. So I work at a nonprofit organization called College Track. Because of COVID, everything shut down, et cetera, et cetera. We've been doing virtual programming since March with our students. And we survived. We survived our first semester and a half. We've been doing it since March. And students actually show up. The classes are going well. They're engaged. They're still really appreciative of everything that we're doing. It's been great to know that we've been able to provide this kind of safe space on Zoom for our kids for a whole semester. And we'll be doing it for probably another semester, hopefully only another semester. But it took a lot of work, and we kind of have our secret sauce now. So I'm very happy about that. Number 17, no more Trump. He is not going to be our president anymore. So just glad that he is gone, because he was just not great. Number 16, people learned to wash their hands and, just follow general cleanliness things. I'm happy. Number 15, I got new plants. Some of my plants didn't make it through the quarantine, but I got a few new ones. I plan on getting a monstera soon to deck out my place. But yeah, I like having plants. I like taking care of them. I got a mint plant that initially died when I brought it home from the store, but I read online that they're really resilient, so I revived it. It's doing great considering. So I'm happy about that. Plants. Number 14, I got a Switch. So at the beginning of COVID, quarantine, whatever, I was very like, oh, it would be great to have a video game system. I can just play online and blah, 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 blah. And it won't feel like I'm just home by myself. But the Switches were sold out. Like everyone else had the same idea, obviously. So the Switches were sold out from probably March until August. I think I got mine in August finally. And I really only got it because because my sister were like watching the websites and like different Instagram pages that said, it's back. Number 13. So I really got into YouTube a lot more this year and found some really cool YouTubers that I enjoy and that have kind of inspired me to document some of my stuff more, which is what I'm doing here. I've been following a lot of like BuzzFeed Tasty. That was like my starting point. They have a ton of different food series, but also a lot of like home decor, YouTubes, DIY, different things like that. So I'll list some here if you want to check those out, because yeah, they've been great. I have like a regular rotation of channels and shows that I'm watching like throughout the week, like cable. Next, number 12. I have been able to spend a lot of time with myself. I definitely like having my own me time. And so it's been nice to just be able to like fully embrace being with myself and kind of doing my own thing, and not feeling bad about it. Sometimes like my friends will say, hey, let's do X, Y, and Z, or let's go out to blah. And I sometimes I don't feel up to it, especially after a long week of work. So I think this has been good where there are no social obligations. And number 11, I've actually had a lot of chances to go home to Hampton over the course of the last however many months, 9-10 months. It's just been nice being around my family and appreciating them in my adulthood. I think they're still accepting me as an adult, but it's been nice. Number 10. I've been able to meet some really cool people this past year that I think will be in my life for a while. And I've been able to connect more with some people who are already in my life. So specifically thinking about some of my coworkers who are now like my friends. So I'm just happy that 2020 has brought some people into my life that weren't there before or weren't there in the same capacity. And I look forward to just building those relationships with those people moving forward. Number 9 and 8 are going to be combined. It's just that I am very thankful that I did not get COVID. And I'm super thankful that no one in my immediate family or no one that I'm really close to has either gotten COVID or if they did, it's been very mild cases. But especially thinking of my immediate family, like my mom's still going into work every day. They have her as an essential worker. And I'm very happy that her and my dad and my sister and myself and all of the people are still healthy, and knock on wood, will continue to be healthy as things subside. I hope. Number 7, I got an ice cream maker. I love ice cream. I've been super into like craft ice cream, and I'm just excited that I can now make my own and kind of take inspiration from some of the places that I like. Ice and Vice is no longer open, but I have a list of their flavors, so I might be able to try and make some of those myself or make my own adjustments and put those on the channel maybe. Who knows? The next 4 are going to be a combined thing. So numbers 6 through 3, all under the same umbrella of I've been able to start cooking more and becoming a lot more comfortable in the kitchen. At the beginning of all of this, I was ordering Postmates. Honestly, I was in my phone and saw a string of like 30 messages from Postmates saying, your driver is outside, probably over the course of like a month or 2. And I was like, oh, no. And so I got back into cooking. Started out, and I still use this now, but HelloFresh has been great. It's a meal subscription kit that I use, and it's been great to just help me get back into the swing of things. And when I moved, I think that's when I was feeling more inspired to cook more, even outside of like the HelloFresh. So like I said, this is 4 wrapped in one. I was really excited about a few dishes. The first one that I made was a Thai dish called Pad See Ew. Pad See Ew seemed pretty easy, and so I made it. Here's a janky picture of it, and it was tasty. It was tasty, it was super easy. It's only a few ingredients. I still have enough ingredients to make like 2 or 3 more servings. So I was just really proud of Pad See Ew. So that's one. I made mini hand pies with the dough from scratch. So apple hand pies, which I don't think I have a picture of, unfortunately. But that same kind of dough making process also allowed me to make some homemade empanadas, the ropa vieja and plantain empanadas. They were so good, so good. That's definitely something that I'll continue to make. There's just something about cooking and about creating things from scratch, especially, that I really enjoy. And the last thing that I made that I was really proud of, that I still want to continue to develop, was just a pizza. I learned the techniques to make a really good pizza from scratch, and it's something that I'll be doing. It's so easy, so cheap. Like, I can get the flavors that I want. I'm continuing on the journey, but I'm just very happy that 2020 has kind of afforded me the opportunity, the time, the space at home to just try out new things and test those things out. Number 2, I have been working at my job for 2 years now. I'm in my 3rd year, and I got a promotion. So prior to this year, I was the operations manager, and now I'm the senior operations manager. But this promotion came with a raise, and it also comes with some additional responsibilities and some different mentorship, leadership things that I'll be doing, which I'm really excited about. But I like recognition. And especially because I work so hard at my job, it's great to know that, like, across the organization, people are recognizing that. So I'm really happy. Senior operations manager, right here. And the number 1, this is a drum roll, the number 1 top thing that happened in my 2020 was that I became a homeowner. Woo! So as I mentioned earlier, I moved in September of this year, and that move was into my own home that I purchased in the middle of pandemic, wearing masks at all of the showings, wearing masks at my signing that was in this home. I didn't get a champagne bottle. I didn't get any of the like flair and pomp and circumstance of what it may have been if we weren't in a pandemic. But it's still, it feels like a great accomplishment, and I'm just really happy to finally be putting down roots somewhere. I've been moving a lot since college, and now I am squarely, firmly planted in Alexandria, Virginia, in my new home that I really, really love. It's a great starter home, and this is the first time that I've really been able to make a home my own. But I can do whatever I want here. I can put a hole in a wall. I did put a hole in a wall, and I just fixed it, and it was fine. But I'm really excited to be in my new home. I plan to be here for a while, and even when I move out, I still want to use it as a rental property, which is a thing that everyone seems to be doing. And so I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to share that in future videos. If you're interested, subscribe now. If you're interested, you can subscribe, or you can just follow me on Instagram, or text me if you know me to ask if I have any of those videos coming up. But that has definitely been the highlight of my 2020. Like, I'm home all the time, working from home, but at least now I'm in a home where I'm happy, I feel comfortable, I have enough space for me. It's exactly how I want it and how I planned it out to be. It feels nice. So that is it's not at all a wrap up of 2020. That's just my top 20 things in 2020. 4 of them being food, 5 of them being food, including the ice cream situation. I have a lot more content that I have coming. A lot of it's going to be food related because again, I'm into it now. I'm not a chef. I am a home cook. And I'll be doing a lot of home cooking and recording stuff, doing like challenges and stuff because it seems like fun and I'm home all the time anyway. But I'm also going to do, like I said, a living room makeover series, a dining room makeover series. I have a guest room, so just like setting that up. So be on the lookout for that. I'll also talk about hair, skin. I'm trying to work out. I'll be talking about that. I might even try and dance. We'll see. So happy almost New Year's, everyone. 2021 is here in a few hours. Things will not change overnight, but I'm very hopeful that it will be a better year. I'll see you all in 20